Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, I'm Sydney. If you're not new, hi, I'm still Sydney. Today I wanted to connect on a more serious topic, and that is mental health. I've just been going through it lately, if I'm being honest with you. I feel like, I don't know, I'm just like, I'm very in my head. Every single day I feel like really small things are shaking me, and I feel for the first time in a very long time like a lot weaker, I guess. This kind of funk, or like this depth of a funk, has honestly not hit me, I can't even remember since when. So to give you a little bit of a backstory, I have been on SSRIs my entire life, and I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago, weaned off of them, and I'm like now kind of going back and forth, like, was it a mistake? Should I get back on my meds? And the answer to that is I don't know. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time and see how I'm feeling, but I just feel at a place in life, and the reason why I'm putting this out there is because I hope, I'm sure that there's someone out there that can relate to it. And I just feel like I'm in this place of like being and feeling stuck, like with work, with my future. I find that is like where a lot of my anxiety comes from, is what the future holds. And I know that's like basically the definition of anxiety, but you know, you see people like getting married, buying houses, having kids, doing all this stuff, and you're like, how am I gonna buy a house? How am I gonna like do this? How am I gonna do that? And I feel like it's very natural to think about like the progression of your finances, of your job, and I just really don't know. I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling, I don't want to say hopeless, but like that is how I'm feeling right now. And to give you even more backstory, and I talked about this like a long time ago, I think I talked about it on my other YouTube channel that I've since privated, so if this is new information to you, here is the story. When I was 15, I tried to commit suicide. I was bullied really badly in high school. I one day just, you know, teenage brain, very impulsive, literally was like, I can't do this anymore. I think that trauma in life will always like be a part of who I am. I want it to be a part of who I am. And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm really open about it. But basically I overdosed on any medication that I could find at the time. And when I got to the hospital, I went to the bathroom, and you are never supposed to leave a suicide patient unattended, ever. And I went to the bathroom, and when you have a lot of medication in your system, you're more prone to having seizures. So somewhere from going to the bathroom and standing up to wash my hands, I had a seizure. I fell on the floor. I cracked my skull. I have stitches in the side of my head. So it turned into a much bigger thing than just a suicide attempt. And for that reason, that they left me unattended, it was the hospital's fault. My whole hospital bill got completely written off, which I guess in theory is nice. But anyways, that's a big part of who I am, and so I always have been set off on this like mental health awareness journey. And so here I am, trying to be really aware of the fact that I'm freaking going through it right now. If you are too, you're not alone. I honestly, like, at some days in the last probably like 3 weeks, talking, like when people were like, oh, how are you doing? It was like near tears. Like I would start to tear up. I would start to cry. And yeah, it's just not like me. I feel like Normally I'm like very bubbly, full of life, joyful, happy-go-lucky, really optimistic, and that has not been me lately. And like I said, I feel like it has to do with many things, you know. Honestly, it's been foot on the gas at work since probably like this last September, so September 2023. And when you're in a rut, or when you are not feeling mentally your best, I feel like it's very easy to feel like you're letting everyone down, you're not doing your best, you could be better. And while there's definitely a very like fine line of, you know, always wanting to be your best, but also like being aware of when you're not, I don't know. I feel like when you're in your head, when your mental isn't checked, it's just hard to be your best. So it's really hard for me right now to honestly tell people that I'm going through it, because I don't see telling people as a weakness, but I also don't want people to feel like they need to constantly be checking in on me, all that stuff. So anyways, this is how I've been moving forward. This is what I've tried to do. You guys, I'm spiritual, I'm not religious, but at one point I literally like found myself asking like, do I need to like become religious to get out of this? I've been trying to just be more mindful, take more time for my mind, set boundaries for my own well-being. I think that for a very long time I've had little to no work-life balance, and while it still kind of feels like that, I am trying to be a lot better at that. And I think that is where it comes to the feeling like I'm letting people down, because I don't know, just the nature of my job is you see people in person all the time, whether it be my team members, whatever. But I just feel like there's a lot of mental blockages right now that I really need to work through, and to be honest, I don't exactly know how. Like, I have a lot of coping mechanisms, and I'm really trying to lean into them. I'm really trying to utilize the people in my life that are really close to me, and I've talked to my family a lot lately. Like, they're probably sick of me calling them for another pep talk. My best friends, and it's like, you know, it's so hard when you feel like nothing in life is exactly wrong, but it could be better, or you want more from it. Can someone just tell me, am I like crazy? Am I going crazy? I don't feel like I'm going crazy. I feel like this is actually pretty normal feelings to have around the age of 26, but I don't know what the future has in store. I need to let go of trying to control it, and I need to focus on protecting my peace one day at a time. And every day is going to be different. Yeah, it's hard. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I can't fucking do this today. And on top of that, this is how you know how much your mind and your body are connected. I was like pretty down last week, and then I got sick at the end of the week. And usually when I'm sick, I like really push through, but I'm like, I can't push through this. I need to rest. And that was honestly step number one of me kind of committing to protecting my mental and my well-being. I feel like I'm just always an open book, and you can't pour from an empty cup. And I have been. I honestly probably have been for longer than I should. And now it's time for me to get it right. And thank the Lord, we are going on a trip to Hawaii at the end of March, which couldn't come sooner. I really need that for my mental health. I think that will be great. And then when I get back, it's going to be full speed ahead. Prep life, which is another thing. I have to get my head right if I'm going to go into prep, because I know how grueling and how much it wears on your body and your mind. And part of me is honestly just really psyched for that structure, and that like there's no excuses. You do it right now or you don't do it at all, and like here's the end date, you need to be ready. Yeah, anyways, I know that was a whole ramble of words, and oh, another side note is I also have been putting a lot of pressure on myself. Like I feel like I used to like post on Instagram a lot more, and I do want to keep my social media going and stay connected with people that way. And I feel like I haven't been able to do that. Well, coming off surgery, I was in no condition to like really be posting my body. Not that I need to post my body, but like I just wasn't feeling good in it. And B, I felt really uninspired. And so honestly, this is just meant to be a touch base, a bookmark, a friend going through something similar to you if you're going through that right now. But please let me know if you have any really helpful coping mechanisms or things that you do. Let me know. I'm like, I really honestly want to go back to therapy, but finding a therapist and doing all that is a lot of work. It's just the perfect storm of everything all at once. I literally told Aaron, I'm like, the motto lately has quite literally been everything all at once, and one day at a time, one breath at a time. The data of my 26 years of life has shown me that I've gotten through a lot of shit, so I will also get through this, and everything will prevail. And there was a time in life where I like prayed for everything that I have now. And so when I do find myself in like misery or, you know, having a down moment, I try to think about that. I'm like, there was a point in life where this is the life that you wished for. So keeping that in mind too, and just trusting the process of life and the path of life, and that change doesn't happen without challenge. Change is scary. The future is scary, but I will spare you from continuing to ramble on. I honestly just wanted to make this, for me to kind of get this off my chest, to let you know where my head is at, and to let you know that if you're going through it, sis or bro, so am I. We'll go through it together, and we'll get through it together, okay? Anyways, Sydney signing off. I love ya. Subscribe if you want to see me get through this shit. And I will talk to you later. Bye.